Hi, I'm Carrie Knauer, and welcome to week 26 of my Home Life Remodel. That's right, we're at the 6-month mark, but things have been really exciting. This week we started on refinishing the wood floors, and we are doing that with Lady Baltimore Floors, which is located in Finksburg. We found out about them because just people in the community were talking about what they had done. And I had also known that they restored the floors in the Historical Society's Cocky's Tavern, which I haven't seen. My husband Josh has peeked in the windows a little bit more during his runs, but I've heard really good things. So it started off with Monday with Kevin coming out. He was doing the patchwork on the floors. Last week we showed those 8 bundles of reclaimed heartwood pine that had been sanded down and everything and made to our dimensions. Well, Kevin was here Monday and Tuesday cutting them the right length, pulling up old floored boards, and just trying to make it all work. It's a really hard process. The wood was splitting a lot, and I asked him if that was normal, and he said it is because it's pine, and pine is just so soft, and you're trying to push it into a crack. And this is the tongue and groove stuff too, the historical way of doing it, and just good craftsmanship. So every now and then there would be a break and you'd have to start over. So it did take him the full 2 days, I think, to do that. And here's how it turned out. Here's the part where there was just a big rectangle of plywood, and you can kind of see that space outlined, but at the same time it's going out in both directions. They call that fingering, so that it won't just be a replacement square that's as obvious. It should work in a little bit. Looks so obvious now, but they said once they do the sanding of everything, it's really going to fit in better. Now, there were 2 guys that came on Wednesday. I didn't catch their names, but they were supposed to be doing the sanding. However, their sander was broken when they got here, so they started with the hard stuff instead. They were using just a regular hand tool to scrape down the stairs. It's such a small, awkward piece, and I'm guessing that these sanders are a really big piece of machinery and it wouldn't work well on the stairs anyway. So they went ahead and did that, and then they did something else really special that I'd like to show you now too. Alright, so here the guys did some hand scraping with their tools and did a stain patch test for us. So here's what we have. This room's still a little dirty, but they said it's not a problem. And here is sample number 1, sample number 2, sample number 3, and sample number 4. These were just 1 coat of stain each, and there's the trim that we're trying to match. That's the trim that looks like downstairs too. And again, I don't think the video camera is picking it up very accurately. But anyway, that's what we have to decide from. Alright now, but the guys said that you can't go directly by that stain because they're going to be putting a polycoat, or rather 3 polycoats on top of it, of a semi-gloss protectant. So I need to do some of that myself across these samples, let it dry, and that's what it'll look like, and that'll be a more accurate choice. So it's Friday morning, I want to get this done so that on Sunday morning Josh and I can come over and look at them and make our official choice. Now, this might seem kind of crazy, like, you know, what are we doing? Isn't this going to look crazy? Well, no, they wanted us to get this done before they come back and do the sanding. And this will be dry, and they're just going to sand this all over down to the base again. I can already see that it looks different, richer, you know, once you get it on. It's got that dry look when it's just the stain. Ooh. VOCs. Air chemicals. Alright, so sample 1. You might also notice that they're all kind of red tones. And these things, you're trying to judge them from like a little sample in the book. It's that big. That's why doing a real patch test is so important. Alright. but you get the idea. All right, so the next steps are Sunday we come back and we evaluate which stain we want to go with. Monday and Tuesday, the sanding guys are coming back and they're going to sand the entire house, and then that evening they'll put down the stain because that's the really easy part. Wednesday, Thursday, and probably Friday they'll come back and do the poly coat. Now, because we had a short day on Wednesday with the sander being broken, it might take one more day, but that's all right because we haven't scheduled any other work to come in. Once those things are done, the kitchen is the next thing. We have the cabinetry, we just got to call the guy and get it ready. But before he comes in, we're going to have to paint the kitchen because we don't want paint being around our new cabinets or our newly done floor. So thanks a lot for watching. Tune back next week for more, and I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving holiday.